Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Nishit Kumar. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to flag off 5 Vande Bharat Express trains in Bhopal today. India summons Pakistan diplomat, lodges strong protest over attacks on Sikh community. Southwest monsoon cover 80% of India. IMD issues heavy rainfall alert for Uttarkhand and Himachal Pradesh. Over 2 million pilgrims from across the world to perform Hajj in Saudi Arabia today. And in SAFF Championship, India to take on Kuwait in Group A game at Sree Kanteerava Stadium in Bengaluru today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will flag off 5 Vande Bharat Express trains at Rani Kamalapati railway station in Madhya Pradesh today. The trains are Bhopal-Indore Vande Bharat Express, Bhopal-Jabalpur Vande Bharat Express, Ranchi-Patna Vande Bharat Express, Dharwad-Bengaluru Vande Bharat Express and Madgaon-Mumbai Vande Bharat Express. Ranchi-Patna Vande Bharat Express will be the first Vande Bharat for Jharkhand and Bihar. Enhancing connectivity between Patna and Ranchi, the train will be a boon for tourists, students and businessmen. We have more from our Ranchi correspondent.
The indigenously designed first ever Vande Bharat Express connecting two states of Jharkhand and Bihar will bring a major boost to education, tourism and business. The train consisting of 8 coaches will run between Ranchi and Patna and vice versa, covering a distance of 379 kilometers. Enhancing connectivity between Patna and Ranchi, the train will halt at Gaya, Kodarma, Hazaribagh, Badkakana and Mesra stations. Reducing the journey time between two state capitals to nearly 6 hours, the train will run on all 6 days a week except Tuesday. This is Shilpi with KK Lal for Akashvani News from Ranchi.
Madgaon-Mumbai Vande Bharat Express will be Goa's first Vande Bharat Express. It will run between Mumbai Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Terminus and Goa's Madgaon station and help in boosting tourism in both Goa and Maharashtra. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said these trains will improve connectivity in Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Goa, Bihar and Jharkhand. The Prime Minister will also interact with the BJP workers in Bhopal during the visit. We have more from our correspondent.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also interact with the booth-level workers in Bhopal. Booth-level workers from across the country will participate virtually in this program. MP BJP President Vishnu Datta Sharma informed that under the Mera Booth Sabse Majboot campaign, the Prime Minister will give virtual guidance from Motilal Nehru Stadium, Bhopal to 10 lakh workers from 543 Lok Sabha seats across the country and 64,100 booths in Madhya Pradesh. Sanjeev Sharma, Akashvani News, Bhopal.
India summoned a senior diplomat of the Pakistan High Commission in New Delhi and lodged a strong protest against the recent attacks on Sikh community members in Pakistan. Sources said 4 incidents have taken place between April and June this year, and India has taken serious note of these incidents. Sources said India has demanded that Pakistani authorities investigate these violent attacks on Sikh community with sincerity and share the investigation reports. It has also been conveyed that Pakistan should ensure the safety and security of its minorities who live in constant fear of religious persecution. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh assured the nation that the government will never compromise on India's border, its honour and self-respect. Addressing a national security conclave in Jammu yesterday, the Raksha Mantri said, India will never let the sanctity of borders to be violated. Mr. Singh said that the People's Liberation Army PLA wanted to make some unilateral changes in the borders, but our brave forces thwarted the evil designs of it. He said that Galwan will be written in the golden history of India. Mr. Rajnath Singh reiterated the government's stand to resolve the border issue through dialogue and in a peaceful manner, and the talks are continuing at military and diplomatic levels to resolve the dispute. He added, so far as India's security is concerned, steps have been taken and are being taken to safeguard and strengthen our security on the borders. In the Kashmir Valley, one local terrorist was neutralized by the joint team of security forces in a nocturnal gunfight that erupted at Havura area in South Kashmir's Kulgam district. According to police, the identity of the terrorist is being ascertained. Incriminating materials including arms and ammunition have been recovered from the possession of the slain terrorist. During the gunfight, one policeman has also got injured and has been admitted in a hospital for necessary treatment. Meanwhile, the search operation in the area was underway when reports last came in. Further details are awaited. Union Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has stated that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has helped the country realize the significant impact of government procurement. Speaking at the Government E-Marketplace GEM Awards for top performers in New Delhi, Mr. Goyal mentioned that the Prime Minister has recognized the potential for incorporating technology in government procurement to enhance efficiency and introduce the concept of e-commerce through GEM. The Minister also highlighted that GEM achieved a business turnover of approximately 430 crore rupees in its first year, but within 7 years it has expanded to 2 lakh crore rupees. He informed that the government will introduce data analytics as a new feature in GEM to assist people in making informed procurement decisions. Union Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare signed an MOU with Pixel Space India Private Limited in New Delhi. The MOU aims to develop geospatial solutions for the Indian agriculture ecosystem using Pixel hyperspectral data set. The project will focus on crop mapping, crop stage discrimination, crop health monitoring and soil organic carbon assessments. Hyperspectral remote sensing technology, which measures spectral data in narrow wavelength bands, can detect changes in chlorophyll content, canopy moisture status and soil reflectance to assess crop health and soil nutrient mapping. This technology will also contribute to crop risk management, early detection of crop stress and accurate diagnostics of pest, disease or water-related issues. This is Akashwani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Welcome back. Monsoon has covered nearly 80% of the country as most of the parts are witnessing heavy rainfall. The India Meteorological Department IMD has forecast that active monsoon conditions are likely to continue over east central, northwest and west India during the next 4 days. IMD said the conditions are favorable for further advance of southwest monsoon into some parts of Gujarat, Rajasthan and remaining parts of Haryana and Punjab by tomorrow. Talking to Akashwani News, Regional Director IMD Shimla, Surendra Pal said rainfall will continue in Himachal Pradesh during the next 4 to 5 days.
In the last 48 hours, many districts in Himachal Pradesh have received the moderate to heavy rainfall scenarios. These conditions are likely to continue for the next 4 to 5 days. And we have issued alerts and warning to the government of Himachal Pradesh for taking adequate safety measures. Apart from this, we are in constant touch with the government of Himachal Pradesh, especially the disaster management department. The people who are likely to come to Himachal Pradesh, especially the tourists, they are advised to see the forecast and other things for making their travel plans. The cloud burst incidents are also happening in Himachal Pradesh, especially in Kullu and Mandi districts.
IMD has also predicted heavy to very heavy rainfall in Uttarakhand. We have more from our Dehradun correspondent.
Yellow and orange alerts have been issued for heavy rains from the plains to the hilly areas of the state. The Meteorological Department has issued an orange alert warning of heavy rains for Nainital, Champawat, Pithoragarh, Bageshwar, Dehradun, Haridwar, Tehri and Pauri districts for today, while a yellow alert warning has been issued for Kumaon and Garhwal division for the next 3 days. The State Weather Department has also expressed the possibility of blocking roads and highways due to mild to moderate landslides and rockfalls in sensitive hilly areas. In view of the heavy rain warning, Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami has instructed the officers to always be in alert mode for disaster relief and rescue operations. Sanjeev Sundrial, Akashwani News, Dehradun.
The Met Department said heavy to very heavy rainfall is likely over East Rajasthan during the next 3 days. Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Vidarbha region will also witness light and moderate rainfall with isolated heavy rainfall. A series of discussions on financial resources, infrastructural and inclusive development took place on the first day of the 3-day meeting of the Infrastructure Working Group under the ongoing G20 summit in Narendranagar, Uttarakhand. Emphasis was laid on improving the infrastructure of cities in partnership with the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. French representative Alain Berda, who attended the meeting, said India has made a lot of progress on the path of development in the last decade and this change can be felt. He said that it is very important to mobilize the necessary financial resources to develop the cities of the future. Over 2 million people from across the world, including India, will perform Hajj in Saudi Arabia today. Marking the beginning of the 5-day Hajj rituals, pilgrims converged at the tent city of Mina yesterday. After offering pre-dawn prayers, they will proceed to the plains of Arafat today for the main rituals of Hajj, reciting prayers. They will spend the day there praying and asking for God's forgiveness. More than 175,000 pilgrims from India are participating in the pilgrimage. The highest number of 4,000 Indian women pilgrims are performing Hajj without mehram or male guardian this year. Around 2.5 million pilgrims, including record 2 lakh from India, performed Hajj in 2019 before the outbreak of the pandemic. In Nagaland, the functional household tap connections coverage has now reached to 71.42% as on 26th of June. Announcing the achievement through his Twitter handle yesterday, Minister for Public Health Engineering Department Jacob Jimomi said, despite the inhospitable terrain and innumerable challenges, it remained committed to fulfilling Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of Har Ghar Jal. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval met the top leadership of Oman yesterday and discussed ways to strengthen and bolster cooperation in economy, technology, security and regional stability. During his official visit to Oman, NSA called on Sultan Haitham bin Tariq and delivered a personal message of greetings from Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He also held wide-ranging discussions with Minister for the Royal Office General Sultan bin Muhammad Al Numani and Foreign Minister of the Sultanate of Oman, Syed Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi. According to the External Affairs Ministry, the visit of Mr. Doval reflects the strong bilateral relationship between India and Oman and highlights India's commitment to strengthening its strategic partnership with Oman. The visit provided an opportunity for high-level engagements and further cemented the strong bonds of friendship between India and the Sultanate of Oman. In football, India will take on Kuwait in the last Group A game of the SAFF Championship at the Sree Kanteerava Stadium in Bengaluru today. The match will begin at 7:30 p.m. Indian time. Both sides, with 6 points apiece, have already qualified for the semi-finals and will face off to determine the Group A topper. Nepal and Pakistan are the other rivals of Group A. India has been largely impressive in the tournament, defeating Pakistan 4-0 and Nepal 2-0 to maintain a clean sheet so far. Kuwait thrashed Pakistan 4-0 and Nepal 3-1 in the group matches. Nepal will take on Pakistan in the other Group A fixture today. The game will begin at 3:30 p.m. Indian time. From Group B, Lebanon and Bangladesh registered wins in their second games on Sunday to keep their semi-final qualification hopes alive. Indian men's kabaddi team will be in action at the Asian Kabaddi Championship in Busan, Republic of Korea, starting from today. India will play 2 matches today. Defending champions India will start its campaign in the first game against host South Korea and then will also face Chinese Taipei later in the day's second game. The 4-day event marks the return of the Continental Championship after a gap of 6 years. And now for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Subhadra Ramachandran.
Thank you, Nishit. Prime Minister to flag off 5 Vande Bharat Express trains today, says a report in the Tribune. Home Minister Amit Shah briefs PM Modi on his situation in Manipur is the cover page story in the Statesman. Centre directs opening of supply lines in Manipur as Prime Minister chairs high-level meet, headlines the Indian Express. South Korea shares India's stand on Indo-Pacific amid increasing Chinese maritime assertiveness is the top story in the Statesman. Landslides leave tourists stranded on Manali National Highway as heavy rains lash Himachal and most parts of North India, reports the Times of India. Employees get time until July 11 to opt for higher pension option under Employees Pension Scheme, says the Indian Express. India to remain fastest growing big economy for next 3 years, says S&P, is the top story in Economic Times. And finally, IMD issues yellow alert for Delhi today as minimum temperature plummets to 25 degrees, says the Asian Age. And with that, it's back to you, Nishit.
Thank you, Subhadra. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to flag off 5 Vande Bharat Express trains in Bhopal today. India summons Pakistan diplomat, lodges strong protest over attacks on Sikh community. Southwest monsoon cover 80% of India. IMD issues heavy rainfall alert for Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. Over 2 million pilgrims from across the world to perform Hajj in Saudi Arabia today. And in SAFF Championship, India to take on Kuwait in Group A game at Sree Kanteerava Stadium in Bengaluru today. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website, newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.